Hello and welcome to Big Bang with me, Pratibha. And first up, the suicide of 24-year-old Pradeep following his release from the custody of KG Nagar police raised serious questions on cop brutality. News 9 has gained exclusive access to documents which hold Inspector C.D. Nagaraj and two other constables of KG Nagar police station guilty in the death of 24-year-old Pradeep. The copy reveals the mental and physical trauma Pradeep was put through when he was in their custody for 3 days. The FIR was filed by the Bengaluru police based on DCP Rohini's 61-page report on the incident. It details out the wounds Pradeep sustained on his body, which were recorded in the post-mortem report.
Pradeep had suffered a 2 by 2 inch wound on the left thigh. Both his buttocks had turned blue due to the thrashing. He had a 1 by 1 inch deep wound on his left knee. A 1 by 1 inch deep wound was found on his right knee as well. Pradeep was released after the family gave 10,000 rupees to the KG Nagar police. He was psychologically traumatized. He committed suicide because of the trauma. FIR against 3 policemen, C.D. Nagaraj, Pratap, Manjunatha.
C.D. Nagaraj was immediately suspended after the protests broke out in Lakshmipuram. Following the report and the FIR, the remaining 2 constables too have been placed under suspension. Pradeep was arrested by the KG Nagar police about a week ago based on a complaint by their tenants in the Lakshmipuram house. It was earlier alleged that the 24-year-old was beaten, bruised and psychologically traumatized while in custody, and all fingers pointed at the SHO C.D. Nagaraj. It was also alleged that the cops had demanded bribe for Pradeep's release. Well, earlier we spoke to the Commissioner M.N. Reddy. Let's listen into what he had to say.
Yeah, we have a preliminary inquiry conducted by our DCP of Southeast has indicated that there are injuries that evidently have been caused at this point in time, going by the evidence, caused due to assault. So the fact that the person was also allegedly kept in the police station for about 48 hours and detained without any grounds leads to the presumption that they could have been caused in the police station. So the investigation is going to be conducted, and we'll find out the truth once the investigation is completed.
Okay, Mr. Reddy, considering the fact that the inspector as well as the other 2 individuals, Pratap and Manjunatha, have been suspended, and if they are found guilty, what action will be taken? What sort of action can be taken against them?
No, it's a very serious matter. Detaining people without proper grounds is extremely serious. And moreover, assaulting them or causing injuries is far more serious. So there are 2 things that happen here. One is a criminal investigation that has been launched, and second is a departmental inquiry, which is a parallel thing for misconduct as a public servant.
Well, 24-year-old Pradeep had committed suicide following his release from the custody of KG Nagar police. The suicide had raised serious questions on cop brutality. Newsline has gained exclusive access to documents which hold Inspector C.D. Nagaraj and 2 other constables of KG Nagar police station guilty in the death of the 24-year-old. The copy reveals the mental and physical trauma Pradeep was put through when he was in their custody for 3 days. The FIR was filed by the Bengaluru police based on DCP Rohini's 61-page report on the incident. The report details the wounds Pradeep sustained on his body, which were recorded in the post-mortem report. C.D. Nagaraj was immediately suspended after the protests broke out in Lakshmipuram. Following the report and the FIR, the remaining 2 constables too have been placed under suspension. Pradeep was arrested by the KG Nagar police about a week ago based on a complaint by their tenants in the Lakshmipuram house. It was earlier alleged that the 24-year-old was beaten, bruised and psychologically traumatized while in custody, and all fingers pointed at the SHO C.D. Nagaraj, and it was also alleged that the cops had demanded bribe for Pradeep's release. And will the greed for wealth can make people do unimaginable things, from assaults to murders to kidnap, name it, and we have seen it happen. This incident, though, is a first of sorts.
This is 45-year-old Gangadasappa, a resident of Magadi Road. August 5th turned out to be a nightmare for him. He got his first shock when he woke up that day and he found himself in an unknown location. Even as he was trying to come to terms with where he was, he got the second jolt. Gangadasappa's genitals were missing. Was it a dream or was it reality? Sadly, what Gangadasappa was going through was reality. Both his testicles had been cut off. Even as the 45-year-old gradually recovered from the jolt, his next move was to get himself to a hospital. He did not know where he was. All that he remembers is that a person named Kumar got him admitted to Kim's Hospital on KR Road. What happened to Gangadasappa? What did he do to deserve such a fate? You would be wondering if this was an act of revenge or an attempt to kill. That is not the case. Judging by Gangadasappa's claims, his only mistake in life seems to be separating from his first wife. And take a look at this shocking revelation. My first wife did this to me. She did it to gain access to my property. Yes, these are Gangadasappa's claims. He spoke to News 9 and revealed what happened on August 4th and 5th.
ಬ್ಯಾಡ್ರಳ್ಳಿ ಒಳಗೆ ನಾನು ಬಸ್ ಹತ್ತಿದೆ 8:30 ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ 8:30 ಬಸ್ ಹತ್ತಿ ಮಾಗಡಿಗೆ ಹೋಗೋಕ್ಕೆ 9:30 ಆಯಿತು. ನಾನು ನಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ. ನಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗೋದ್ರೊಳಗಾಗಿ 4 ಜನ ಇಂಡಿಕಾ ಕಾರಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ನನ್ನ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಎತ್ತಾಯಿ ಕೆಳಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಹಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ನಾನು ಕಿರ್ಚಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅವ್ರ ಕೈಯಿಂದ ತಪ್ಪಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬೇರೆ ಆಟೋದವ್ರ ಸಹಾಯದಿಂದ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಹೋದೆ. ಮಾಗಡಿ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ಗೆ ನನ್ನ ಹಿಂಬಾಲಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅವರು ನಾನು ಕಿಡ್ನಾಪ್ ಮಾಡೋರು ಬಂದು ನನಗೆ ಸಾಲ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು, ನಮ್ಮ ಅಕ್ಕನಿಗೆ ಸಾಲ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು, ನೀನು ಕದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟವನೇ ಕಳ್ಳ, ದುಡ್ಡು ಸುಲಿ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಸರ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರು. ಆದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಪೊಲೀಸ್ನವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ಹಂಗಲಾಚಿ ಬೇಡ್ಕೊಂಡೆ, ಸರ್ ನಾನು ಏನೋ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಇವ್ರು ನನ್ನ ಕೊಲೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ನಾನು ನಂಬಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ಇವ್ರು ಯಾರೂ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡೆ. ಪೊಲೀಸ್ನವರು ಒಬ್ಬರೂ ಸ್ಪಂದಿಸ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ನೈಟ್ 10:30 11 ಗಂಟೆ ಆಗೋಯ್ತು. ಪೊಲೀಸ್ನವರು ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಹತ್ರ ಇರ್ಬೇಡ, ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಹೋಗು, ಇದಕ್ಕೂ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಕಳಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ರು. ಅವಾಗ ನನ್ನ ಅವರು ಕಾರ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಡಿಕಾ ಕಾರಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಕಡೆಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಚೋಳನಾಯ್ಕನಹಳ್ಳಿ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಮುಂದೆ ಮಾರೇನಹಳ್ಳಿ ಅಂತ ಐತೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸೈಡಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸಿ ನನಗೆ ಹಿಂದೆ 2 ಕೈಗಳು ಕಟ್ಟಿ ಬಾಯಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ನಿದ್ದೆ ಮಾತ್ರೆ ಹಾಕಿ ಮೂಗು ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಾಯಿ ಅಗಲ್ಸಿ ನೀರು ಇದ್ರು ಒಂದು ಅರ್ಧ ಬಾಟ್ಲು. ನನಗೆ ಆ ಒಂದು ಮಾತ್ರೆ ನುಂಗಿಸಿದ್ರು. 25 ಲಕ್ಷ ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಕೊಡ್ತೀಯ, ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರು. ಪ್ರಜ್ಞೆ ಇತ್ತು, ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಪ್ರಜ್ಞೆ ಇತ್ತು. ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಒಂದು ಅರ್ಧ ಗಂಟೆವರೆಗೂ ನಾನು ನನ್ನ ಜೀವ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದಾಗ ನಾನು ಪ್ರಜ್ಞೆ ತಪ್ಪಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಲ್ಲ. ಕಣ್ಣಿಗೆ ಟವಲ್ ಕಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಮಂಕಿ ಟೋಪಿ ಹಾಕಿಬಿಟ್ರು. ಅತ್ತಿಂದಾಚೆಗೆ ನನ್ಗೆ ಏನಾಯ್ತು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದ್ ಹತ್ರ ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸಿ ನನ್ನ ಇಬ್ರು ಲಾಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೆಳಗೆ ಇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಡ್ಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋದ್ರು. ಕಬ್ಬಣದ ಮೆಟ್ಲನ್ನ ಹತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋದ್ರು. ಕಬ್ಬಣದ ಮೆಟ್ಲು ಹತ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನನ್ನ ಕಾಲಿಗೆ ಅದು ಟಚ್ ಆಗೋದು ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು, ಕಬ್ಬಣದ ಮೆಟ್ಲಿದು ಅಂತ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನನ್ನ ಬಟ್ಟೆ ಬಿಚ್ಚಿ ಅತ್ತ ಚೇರ್ಗೆ ಕಟ್ಟಿ ಒಂದು ಗೌನ್ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ನಾನು ಜ್ಞಾನ ಬಂದಾಗ ಅವಾಗ ನನಗೆ ಈ ರೀತಿಲಿ ನನಗೆ ತೊಂದರೆ ಆಗಿದ್ದು. ಆವಾಗ ಬಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಎದ್ದೆ. ನನ್ನ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಸರ್ ಇವಾಗ ಒಂದು 50% ಚೇತರಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ನನಗೆ 3-4 ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ನನಗೆ ಶುಗರ್ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ರಿಂದ ನನಗೆ ಕೀವಾಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆ ಬೀಜ ತೆಗ್ದಿರೋ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಅದ್ರೊಳಗೆ ಕೀವಾಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕೀವ ಸೋರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಧೈರ್ಯ ಕೊಡ್ತಾವ್ರೆ, ನೀನ್ ಕ್ಯೂರ್ ಆಗ್ತೀಯಾ, ನೀನು ವಾಸಿ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂತ. ಈ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಹೆಂಡತಿ ತಮ್ಮನೂ ಸೇರ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾನೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಈಗ ಈ ಮೇಲ್ನೋಟಕ್ಕೆ ಇವಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನನ್ನ ತಗೊಂಬಂದು ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟ್ಲಿಗೆ ಸೇರಿಸಿದಂತ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ತಿರುಗಿ ನೋಡಿಲ್ಲ, ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಉಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆತನೂ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಂತ ನನಗೆ ಪೂರ್ತಿಗೆ ನನಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದೆ.
Gangadasappa puts the blame for what happened to him entirely on his first wife Gauramma. He says she was the one who plotted to kidnap and demanded a ransom for his release. She then allegedly gave the orders that he be sedated and castrated. We quarreled all the time. Gangadasappa's relationship with his first wife was a stormy one. He claims they were constantly at war, and the quarrels were more often than not over his property. That was when he decided to part ways and married another woman, Gayatri, a couple of years ago. The Magadi Road police, who were informed about the incident, recorded the victim's statement and an FIR has also been lodged. The culprits, however, are still at large. Deepak Bopanna for News 9, Bengaluru.
Festive rush has gripped Majestic Central bus stand as thousands of Bengalurians are heading out for the long weekend. While many are heading home to celebrate the festival with their families, there are some who are just taking advantage of the long weekend and going on a break. The KSRTC has released extra buses to accommodate the demand. Well, being the festival season, looks like a lot of Bengalurians are heading out of town. Majestic, as always, is crowded, to say the least. Well, I'm joined in by my colleague Nabila for more on this, who is at Majestic. Nabila, what is the situation like right now?
Right, Pratibha, I'm right now at the Majestic bus stand, the central bus stand in the city. Well, to be honest, in compared to last year and last year, it seems like this time around it's not too crowded. Only because tomorrow is Gauri and it's not declared government holiday. Day after tomorrow is a declared government holiday, but not tomorrow. But even then, 38 buses have been pre-booked and have taken off from the Majestic bus stand alone. So it seems like definitely people from Bengaluru, in fact all over Karnataka, traveling one place to the other. Let's try and catch up with the DCP West traffic here with me, Mr. Girish. So can you tell us the security arrangements? First thing that Bengalurians want to know, traffic jams while coming around Majestic area?
No, first of all, let me tell you, there is no traffic jam anywhere in this central business district area.
Okay.
Because of the very simple fact that though there is an occasion of Gauri Ganesha festival, today, as far as we have discussed with the KSRTC authorities, they have told that they are going to ply around 600 to 700 buses extra today, apart from the regular 2,400 buses that they usually ply every day.
Okay.
But the arrangements what we have made is we have got around 150 officers and men on the in this central business district areas.
Okay.
So because of which what has happened is you can see the crowd is also not much today.
Yeah.
You can expect more crowd tomorrow.
Right.
More crowd because tomorrow, as far as the KSRTC authorities are telling, they'll be having around 800 to 900 buses extra tomorrow. So that's quite a big number.
Yes.
But today it has been well managed. Though there is a pile up of vehicles, pile up of the buses, but there is no jam as such anywhere.
One thing everybody would want to know: are tickets sold out? Are tickets available? Is it going to be chaotic tomorrow?
No, as far as I know, I think it's better you discuss with them, with the KSRTC authorities. But as far as I know, they whatever they ply the buses based on the demand and supply. I mean, whatever the demand is there, based on that, they are going to ply the buses tomorrow.
All right. Traffic as such, sir? Any special arrangement?
Traffic as such, as we usually do every year, even this year, we have concentrated upon those areas where there is going to be a pile up, so that. Like I can name this Elite Junction. Elite Junction is one such junction, and also the KSRTC entry gate. That's also another junction where we'll have to be more alert and more number of men are required to push the buses forward.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, sir. Thank you so much for sharing those thoughts. There you go. The traffic cop saying elaborate arrangements have been made. If you can see right behind me, people rushing to get their buses, private and public buses, all of them pretty much tickets sold out. You heard 600 to 700 extra.